Hi, it's Kerry from Total. So I'm down at IPM Group today and I'm looking at this fantastic product over here, which is the InteliPod. Now, this is a COVID detector and also a security unit as well for getting on and off sites and various other kind of establishments. Watch how easy it is to gain access. So here's our screen. We come over, raise my face, into the pod, second authentication. So not only do you get checked on the way in, you also get checked on the way out. Job's a good one. So we've been inside the InteliPod and now we're meeting Rick and Dave from IPM Group. How are you getting on today, guys?
Very good.
Good, and yourself?
Fine, thank you. Not bad at all.
Fantastic. Now, we've just had a go at going inside, we've had our temperature checked, and then we've come out. So this fantastic device not only checks for COVID symptoms, but it's also a security device, isn't it? So it's doing multi-purpose roles for sites.
It is, as you enter the pod, it's checking first that you're registered on the system. It's comparing your face. Your face is pretty much the key to entering there, so it's checking face, that you're known on the system and that you're registered on there. That's a lot of the security. There's no passing back of cards and ways to trick your way into the InteliPod. Your face is the key. If you're not on the system, as the saying goes, you're not coming in.
If you're not in the system, you're not getting in.
And what's important to mention, with it being facial recognition, there's no touch points. So unlike biometric fingerprint scanners where you create a touch point, so spreading COVID or flu or anything else was coming out in the future, it's completely touchless.
What happens if two people go in at once? If someone tries to sneak in?
So we're using software-based technology, so it will recognise that more than one person is in that pod, so it will refuse them entry or open the street door, so one person would have to leave and then the verification process will start again.
Wow, so it's quite sophisticated, to be fair. It's good, isn't it? And what kind of companies are renting these?
So the leading construction companies, so from your top 10 to your top 100 construction companies looking at.
Excellent. So if there's anything that you can say to the construction companies, with it being our largest platform, that are watching this, now they'll be comparing this system to other systems that are already in place. So the ones that I'm aware of are when you're going in and you're getting your temperature done. How does this compare with them?
I'd say there's no comparison. The old biometric system, the turnstiles, there's so many ways that they can be, if you like, counter-effective. The touch points on an old traditional biometric turnstile mean that you're actually spreading COVID. You're spreading not just COVID, but general flu and other things that have a big effect on attendance at work. Because this is touch-free, it means that you can walk through it and you're not taking the risk of spreading things like COVID. It's got all the security features, it's got all the other features that, such as time and attendance, that some of the traditional products have, but it's got much more. And the beauty about it is, it's in the same price bracket. So you're getting all of this technology for the price that you would do for an old traditional, I call them COVID spreaders, but basically an old traditional rusty turnstile.
And just to add to that, I think what a lot of people have done is actually either gone backwards by putting security guards back in place, or they've actually swapped out biometrics, put a facial scanner there, which is fine, but then you've still got your turnstile. You've still got a massive contamination point. We've innovated 5-10 years forward. So we've got rid of turnstiles, we've got rid of speed gates, it's completely free. So if you have a fire on site, you've got a free run as well. So it's far safer from a fire perspective. You've got no touch points, it's actually faster. So what you've got here, you've got two doors. You'll see this is going in.
Okay.
This is coming out.
Yeah.
Your peak period, you can switch this so it's double ingress. So you double your speed of access straight away. So then I go into a one in, one out during the day, and then at the evening, there's a both be a one-way egress. And you double the speed of getting people off site, so therefore you're not paying for unwanted time for being on site.
The average time to walk through this thing is about 6 to 7 seconds. You've got them both going one way, you're admitting somebody onto site every 3 seconds, and probably more importantly, taking them off-site every 3 seconds. So when it's time to go home, you're not paying people to stand in a big long queue. They're off-site, they're off the payroll, which is every accountant's dream.
That's brilliant. Now, what happens if somebody goes in and the temperature is over for what we're looking at for COVID? What is that threshold at the moment?
So it's going over 37.8 degrees. If it goes over that point, we refuse entry on site, the street door will open, so that person will then leave. An instant notification goes to our VMS team and we'll notify all the site managers that we're in an over temperature. As the door closes, the pod will verify that it's empty. Then we've got an antivirus misting system which will sanitise the entire pod to ensure it's virus free. While all this is happening, the site manager then can locate this individual. You can either ask them to go through the pod again to get a second verification or use a thermometer to check the temperature. At that point, it's in the site manager's hands whether or not to allow that person onto site. Over the last 4 weeks, we've had 4 high temperatures, 3 of which have tested positive for COVID.
Really?
So actually stopping getting on site and spreading the COVID around site.
Wow.
Don't forget, COVID on a site means very often a closed site, a non-productive site. It costs a lot of money.
It costs an awful lot of money, doesn't it? Because it's all right one person having COVID, but that's not the case, is it? The way that it spreads, if someone's getting past those gates, it's game over for the site, isn't it?
Yeah.
And imagine that you fast forward that to using a turnstile system, whether or not you've got facial recognition or biometric, that person has contaminated those turnstiles. Then it could be 40, 50, 100 people following that person in, could be instantly contaminated by using that old style system.
Yeah.
This is the future, this is where the industry needs to go and will go.
Yeah, I believe so too. Okay, I'm gonna get misted. Bit nervous actually. Not quite sure what's gonna happen. Still in the pod. Oh! Okay. Right. I'm currently getting misted. It's a bit like a fake tan spray. Right, okay, that right there, yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. Right, so I'm clean. If I wasn't clean before, I'm certainly clean now. Is there anything in this system that's different technology-wise, maybe what you've got a patent on?
So yeah, we've got a patent pending. So it's with it being completely 100% touch-free. The first one to do a proper thermal scanning. So a lot of people are putting scanning machines where there's wind tunnels, where there's direct sunlight, which is going to interfere with an accurate temperature screening. So this is where we use these door technology, closes off, so you've got an area where you've got really good ambient temperature, getting accurate screening tests. So all this is based.
That's fantastic. And I like the security side of it as well, because there are far too many sites where you can literally just walk on, hi, can I speak to your site manager please? And you can't be doing that at the moment with the COVID going around and security in general. It just makes more sense if people are getting permission to come onto sites.
It's 100% pre-roll as well. So everyone's getting authenticated before they even come to site. So there's no going to find a security guard or a site manager. They're all automatically being 100% pre-enrolled. We'll do inductions over our software, and it all links to our VMS station. You do not need a security guard with this project. Biometric turnstile, in the past, you generally have a security guard with it, costing you anything from £600, £700, £800 a week to man that. This is completely remotely manageable, so we can control the cameras, the lights, the doors, the misting system, 100% from our VMS team in our monitoring station, which is saving people almost £500 to £600 every single week.
That's
in comparison.
So if you compare that to the wage of the actual security, it's cheaper in the long run as well, isn't it?
It actually fills itself.
Yeah.
It pays for itself. You're saving in wages, you're saving in time. It's also got delivery management software, so people can pre-book deliveries. It's so efficient in terms of time management, cost. It saves money. Having the InteliPod on site will actually save money. So you're getting all this efficiency. The big step up in terms of protection against COVID and other pathogens. You're getting all that, and it's actually saving you money. It's an absolute no-brainer.
Win,
It should be. It should
isn't
be.
it? So I'm stood at the entrance of the InteliPod now, and this is where people would go into on sites, and they come out of the other door. But as you said before, this can work both ways, so you can set it so both arrows are pointing in and both arrows are pointing out. That's correct, isn't it?
That's right. People can rush off and finish the shift as quickly as they want.
No, I'm thinking maybe they could have 2 of these on site, if it's a very big site as well?
On quite a few sites, that's the request, that they want them scattered around, so you've got more than one means of entering the site, or more than one means of exiting the site as well. So it's a big advantage to get more people in, social distancing it works, and also on the large sites, it means that you can access closer to the area that you work in as well, so it's something that's quite common.
I can imagine them having multiple kind of units around.
Yeah.
Now, how many of these have you guys actually distributed out to customers in the UK?
Let me stop you there. It's not just the UK, it's worldwide.
Is it?
We've got inquiries coming in literally from around the globe, from Australia, the United States, Canada, Greece. I can go on and on. It literally is something worth getting out about InteliPod. It is a global type of situation now. There's nothing in the world to match InteliPod. There are cheap imitations, there are variations of it, but nothing with this kind of technology. So it's really gaining traction throughout the world.
That's fantastic.
Key to add to that is his own hardware, it's his own software that powers the InteliPod. So we brought in a technical director who's rewritten all the software and designed the hardware to bring all the technology from throughout the globe we've had to utilise to bring the InteliPod to market.
It's a very clever piece of technology, isn't it? So who's the brains behind this?
We don't have any brains, not most It's just luck. It's a team effort. Rick had the original idea. We developed it over a few years now and again. It was developed over time. It's been in the making for a couple of years.
Has it?
Since lockdown, we've obviously progressed it a lot quicker because of the COVID protection it provides. And as Rick alluded to earlier, we brought in the technical expertise. So we brought in people to write the software, a technical director, a team of engineers, some really intelligent people to compensate for us to.
That's really good. All right, so you're smashing them out all over the world.
Yes, all over the world,
product.
not just UK.
So if you're watching and you want one of these on site, make sure you get in touch with these guys because these are going to fly out. You've got a lead time of about 4 weeks. However, if you want one on site quicker, when can they get them?
We've got stock. We've built up stock. If it's a case of wanting them quickly, we'll get them out. You just give us a call, present us with the problem, and we will solve the problem.
All right, so we're at base. This is IPM base. So this looks really interesting. What's all this in here?
So this is our monitoring station, this is where our VMS team is. So the team here monitor cameras throughout the world, from famous footballers to businesses, and this is where each and every InteliPod is managed remotely. So we've said about the benefits of losing the cost of a security guard. The team here will monitor every aspect of every InteliPod throughout the globe. All the softwares, misting, controlling cameras, it's all situated and controlled here.
Right, I'm just checking out your screen, so this looks very familiar.
So yes, we've got a live site in London. That is one of our InteliPods where we remotely manage everything from here. We manage people's access and entry onto site, whether you're a contractor or visitor. We can revoke your access or gain your access onto site via our remote team here in our control centre.
That's really good. So does this come part of the service if someone takes a pod?
Absolutely. So you can have a pod on its own, you can manage it yourself, or you can pay for our VMS service, which is this team here, and this will save you roughly £500–600 a week from having a man guard. And you see someone is actually getting access onto site now.
Yes,
so
yes.
This is live now. Just want to gain access. You'll see he's getting access very quickly, very smoothly, completely touch-free. And if he did have a situation or a problem, he can speak to his intercom and come through the team here, and they will assist in him getting onto site. If it was verified or if he refused access, we'll notify the site manager.
That's fantastic, and I'm really glad that we actually saw someone go in it. He didn't get sprayed like I did though, did he?
No, well, he's good. He's not over temperature and he behaved himself.